People will offer you their sympathies. And I appreciate the outstretched arm, but I've been in a breaking things kind of mood. I've been scarfing down with food for thought that I've got bowels so backed up with brilliant ideas that eventually I'm gonna shit books. I'm gonna shit books so badass I'll be banned for trying to define bravery as walking into a biker bar wearing a pink sweatshirt with a picture of a unicorn being tamed by a gnome. Going it alone is like leaping out of a window waiting for God to catch you. And the second before impact, gravity becomes a fact so well established it makes you calm. I've gone from needing a shoulder to lean on to trying to calm the night into thinking I had the day shift. I've trained my shadow to shoplift light from the back pocket of levity, bent my forehead to the kiss of brevity, hoping I could get through depression with some semblance of speed. But the live camera feed is on a 24-hour delay, so I keep reliving the worst parts of yesterday in slow motion. And someone once told me that the finer points of devotion are about the size of a pinhole. But there's millions of them. And if you can connect each dot, then you've got a diagram of what you think you thought you knew. And if you're willing to admit you know nothing, you've got a blueprint for a breakthrough. We remember everything. Right down to that first unbearable bee sting. When we learn that this tiny blue marble we call the world has rules. Rule number 1, don't fuck with the bees. An unforgettable lesson brought to you by your memories. What I remember most is that during visiting hours I had to read to sick people. The kind of people who had no one. It was my punishment. Catholic school community service for farting on a nun's muffin. It was an accident, I swear to God. And every day would start the same way. She'd say, how you doing? I'd say, I'm doing right. She'd say, I'm doing just fine. But point in fact, the cancer had taken both of her breasts. And I imagine wherever cancerous breasts get thrown, 2 of them mourned their lost body. But she could laugh. She had a laugh like a welcome mat. Wore the same kind of smile Curious George would wear if he finally came out of the closet to be with the man in the big yellow hat. She'd touch where they used to be and say, you know, it's probably good that they're gone. My ex-husband used to go about them all wrong. She said, half the time the only reason my nipples were erect was because they were trying to jump off my body to run away from his tongue. I was 13 years young thinking to myself, oh my God, you're awesome. For me, it was all about visiting hours. Hadn't read to her in days. She was too busy teaching me how to watch horror movies and laugh. Because all the monsters Hollywood can think up just aren't as scary as letting yourself be talked into believing you're only half of what you are. She put a hand on each scar and say, if you really want to get scared, watch the news. It's a steeplechase. Every day, thousands of people face going under thousands of knives, but it's still more cost-effective for doctors to pay off lawsuits than it is to save lives. So don't try walking a mile in my shoes. Just wear my pajamas and walk in my dreams instead. Because this isn't a deathbed. I should say I'm not going to give up today. I'm not going to lay here and take it. Because life is as elusive as getting an orgasm from my ex, so sometimes I just gotta fake it. So if anyone ever tells you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, give up your foolish dream. If anyone ever tells you to quit, you gotta make them wear a diaper on their mouth because, man, they are just talking shit. Then she'd smile and say, you gotta let your body be the rocking chair that soothes the tired body of hope. Let your arms be the rope around the neck of self-loathing. Let your skin be the clothing that keeps compassion warm in the cold streets of regret. She says, don't pray for me.